Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, January 24th, 2019. Read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks has a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here. Hope you've had a good week so far. Lots going on in the market. So with that, let's get straight into today's video. If you know me, you know I always start my videos off with a look at the Russell Index. I want to keep my processes really simple. And so instead of looking around at all the indexes, which I do personally, but for the purposes of this video, which I want to keep short, I just focus on the Russell because I deem it to be the most rate sensitive of the indexes. So as long as the Russell's moving higher, I'm good picking out charts. When it's moving lower, I am sitting on my hands or getting defensive. So we are looking at IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell 2000, and I like to step back and take a look at things on the bigger time frame. So we're looking at the 5-year monthly. So these are monthly candles, 5-year chart. This blue line down here goes back a long, long way. It's long-term support resistance, and the purple line is more shorter term. It is now support because price is above the purple line. And you can see why I have drawn this purple line in where it is, because back in early 2017 it consolidated for months and months and months in this area until it finally lifted up and over this consolidation zone in late 2017, had this beautiful run, and then we've had this recent sell-off. So we are coming into the top range of the December candle that took us all the way down to this area. So it's also, as you can see over here on these monthly candles, a significant area of resistance here in this area. So this is where we are right here, right now. Always good to get that bigger lay of the land look. Last time I looked, the futures were a little soft. So we're going to get a flat to slightly negative start to the day. So let's zoom in and see if we can glean a little more. This is the 5-year monthly. I'm going to move it away to the 1-year weekly. And I like to keep my processes as simple as I possibly can. So my only indicator on this chart is really this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA. I love that 8-day EMA. And I'm really looking for a price on the Russell to be up and over the daily and the weekly 8-day EMA. So it is above the daily and it is above the weekly, but we are coming into this area of prior price consolidation and rejection in December. So here we are in January. We have an inside candle shaping up for the week so far. So will this prove to be an obstacle going forward, and will this start to roll here? I'm going to be extra careful and vigilant to see if it does. But if we get a positive candle in the next couple of days, we recover and the price action is positive and away we go, then away we go. So that's the weekly look. Let's go take a look at it on the daily. This is the 6-month daily. As you can see, we had a doji yesterday, which is indecision, and we're going to get a bit of a soft start today. So we'll be watching very carefully. But should price recover, price strength recover, and a positive note come into the market, I want to feature a chart that I think is worth keeping an eye on here. And that chart that I wanted to feature for you is Caterpillar Inc., ticker symbol CAT, trades on the New York Stock Exchange. So this is a US listed name. I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with Caterpillar. It's a huge industrial company. They are farm machinery, big construction equipment, mining equipment, all that sort of thing. If you know me at Chart of the Day Cafe, I am all about the scores underneath my charts. I never look at anything that doesn't have great fundamentals. And I can tell you that Caterpillar has a very nice high value score with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 31%, a current PE of 10.36, and a dividend yield of 2.61%. All the nice things I look for. So let's get back to the chart. We're looking at the 5-year monthly. You can see that it's been in this beautiful uptrend, but it's consolidating now around this area of support. So this is my orange line, and again, these are monthly candles, but it's consolidating and thinking. It's had somewhat of a bullish month so far for January, and what I'm saying is if the markets recover Caterpillar should start to form a more bullish candle for this month, and this float down to this area of long-term support will be an area that holds, and that this will go higher. Oops, sorry about that. Notice this coming up. It's worth noting that Caterpillar is a Barron's top 10 pick for 2019 as well. So those are the things that I look for in the charts I feature, that kind of attribute. So we're going to move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 1-year weekly. And you can see it bouncing around this area. I like this. Oops, let's go with the weekly. I like the double bottom formation I see here, right around that area of long-term support resistance. It's bounced out. Last week, it had a bullish week. Pardon me. And just like the Russell, it's got an inside candle so far for this week. But what I want to show you is that they announced earnings this morning. So I'm going to move it away from the weekly, but I want you to see it's trading above the 8-day EMA on the weekly. It's got this beautiful double bottom. It had a bullish candle last week, and here is where we are right here, right now. So let's go over to the 6-month daily. We're up and over the blue ever so slightly. But what I like is that it's come into this minor area of support, and it announced earnings this morning. So the market's going to decide whether those earnings are good and favorable and lift this, or whether it's going to sink below. But all of the work that it's done to get here, see the consolidation here, the lift, now it's right back into that area of support. I'm going to be watching for this one to either sink below or have a nice strong bullish day, and away we go. I think whatever happens in the week ahead will define this movement here and show us either strength or weakness. And in a recovering market, it would be strength going forward. I hope that's easy to understand. My processes are very simple. What I do is, on this daily, I take a 3 and an 8. 3 and 8, simple 3 and 8. So when the pink moves up and over the blue, and it has a cross, like, let me zoom it in. Zoom it into a 1 month so you can really see. When I identify a stock that I like, and I like all the attributes and fundamentals about it, what I'm looking for is an area of support, like we had here, and then a nice bullish candle that engulfs my 3 and 8. So the pink moves up and over the blue with a cross, and it stays that way. I don't mind if it squeezes, but I want to see the pink up and over the blue. Ever so simple. So again, this is a 1 month. It's a real zoom in. So we're coming into that area here, and they announced earnings today. So the market will decide, am I going to like those earnings and give it a nice favorable candle like this off support? And will this pink remain over the blue? But look at your entry here, it's beautiful. Or will it sink? So I will be watching Caterpillar today for that sort of a look. Along with the chart I'm looking at, I also like to take a look at the sector that it's in, and for that we're looking at XLI, which is the ETF for the industrial space. 5-year monthly chart, kind of like Caterpillar, and a little bit like the Russell, in an uptrend on the 5-year chart, up and over this area of support resistance, having a bullish candle shape up so far for the month of January, on the back of a bearish candle for the month of December. So it's time to keep a very open mind about what direction the market wants to take. But always a good data point to know about. As well, I also like to spin over to equityclock.com and check seasonality for my new watch list pick. So we're on the, I can't recommend this site enough, by the way. I think it's a terrific site. So as you can see, Caterpillar comes into seasonal favor at this time of year. So always a good thing to note. That doesn't guarantee it happens again this year, but another piece of information that is of value, at least to me. As well, I spin over to finviz.com, an excellent site as well, one of my key tools that I check every day. And you can see that Caterpillar has had recent upgrades and has some very positive articles below. As I mentioned earlier, it's a Barron's top 10 pick for 2019. But it's all about how the market wants to interpret those earnings that were announced today. And so to quickly recap, let's go back and check the boxes for our video today. I started with a look at the Russell Index, and we note that the Russell is trading over the 8-day EMA. On the daily and weekly chart, I am not checking this box to say it's in an uptrend yet. I want to see it get through this area of consolidation, and considering the harshness of this sell-off, I think it should capture the 8-day EMA on the monthly candle as well. Hope that makes sense to you. I'm not checking this box quite yet. We looked at the 5-year chart for Caterpillar, and we note that it's in an area of support and possible, emphasis on possible price strength continuation. We looked at the 5-year chart for the sector that it's in, XLI, and kind of like Caterpillar, it's in an area of support and possible price strength continuation. Caterpillar has a really nice value score. It's also got a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 31%. These two are highlighted because they're absolutely essential to me. It's got a current dividend yield of 2.61%. It currently does have my trigger, which is a 3 and 8 EMA cross. But as I said in the video, it needs to bounce off this minor area of support. So in the next day or two, I want to see the market's reaction to their earnings today as positive, and I want to see it bounce off that minor area of support. It's got seasonality in its favor. We took a look at the chart from Equity Clock. We went to FinViz and we could see that it's got analyst support with some recent upgrades. Also worth noting, it's a Barron's top 10 pick for 2019. It's got a current PE of 10.36 and earnings were today. So with that, I'll leave you. Have a great weekend and thank you for watching.